Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adwaka Precious, and if you watched my intro video and you're back here, I heart you so much. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome to the family, and we are glad to have you here. Okay, so without further ado, let me go right into the video. Okay, so I want to talk about something that is very, like, it has been trending, and it's more like I was seeing, especially after the celebration of the International Women's Day, I was seeing things like hashtag break the bias, hashtag break the bias. Like, people were making videos and flyers and everything concerning it. And please excuse me if you're hearing a sound, sorry, a sound from the background. Please don't ignore it. The weather is what I have to keep the fan going, like, so that baby girl will not be sweating. Okay, so there's a lot of break the bias trend going on. Okay, so at first I was like, what is this break the bias? And there is an ad that actually stood out to me. I don't know if it's an ad or anything, but I shall know it's for a product, like a product or a company. Okay, so they sent in a flyer, like it was a flyer that is on people's status, where a guy is seated and a lady brought out her card to pay. I was not like, okay. And that actually made sense to me, and it was actually very creative. And today I'm going to talk about break the bias, not only as it concerns women. I'll talk about break the bias as it concerns children, as it concerns men, as it concerns even parents, our parents here, especially African parents. Breaking the bias is a movement that talks about breaking breaking the strongholds of stereotype that has gradually dug deep into the mentality of the society, family, and kind of affect our relations with people, because we see them in a certain kind of way that makes us not actually come with an open mind, not to come with an open mind, but because we have an already projected perception about them, we just come with that perception, and we're not keeping an open mind to understand them for who they are, or try to, like, know more, or just with an open mind. There's nothing there, just but you already have an already made up perception about that person, just like the Chimamanda's Danger of a Single Story. You can check that out, the Danger of a Single Story. So today I'm going to be talking about breaking the bias as it concerns different spheres in the society, like I mentioned earlier. First, I will start with breaking the bias as it concerns children. And breaking the bias as it concerns children, I would say that, first of all, especially in Africa, we see children as little creatures that don't understand anything or don't have a say when adults are talking. You just have to be seen and not heard. Generally, children, I'm not talking of male or female, when our parents are talking or when adults are seated, you're not expected to be there. Your parents are always right. And there's just a whole lot of things. I feel like there's a lot of toxic parenting in the African society, and we are doing it because of our they say that this is how my parents trained me. I did not kill my parents, therefore that is how I'm going to train you, and you, my child, you are not going to kill me. You get the point? And being honest, I know we are in a woke century, but this is not in the sense of being in a woke century. I feel that children should be treated like they matter, because most times parents neglect their children without knowing it. They kind of feel that their children, what do they know? And you do certain things in their presence without knowing that they pick up these things. Children learn from your actions, they don't learn from what you say. Okay, so I feel like children should be allowed to freely express themselves. That's why a lot of children is going through bullying, they are going through a lot of things, and they can't even speak up because they are so scared of their parents, who should be the first people that would protect them. Okay, I will not talk much on this, but I know we get the picture of what I'm saying. Secondly, I'll talk about breaking the bias as it concerns the men. Generally, society has conditioned men to be this kind of people that are so strong. There's this comedy I watched of a girl sitting she came to sleep over in her man's house, and she leaned on his shoulder, and the man didn't say anything, and his shoulder was paining him. So when the girl finally left, stood up from his shoulder, raised her head from his shoulder, what am I saying, raised up her head from his shoulder and went about her duties, or went about her life, the guy was left with so much pain, and he couldn't talk, because men are conditioned to like take pain, in the sense of, I'm a man, even okay, men don't cry, men don't express their emotions. A man is supposed to be strong, he's supposed to make money, he's supposed to do this one. Like, there's a lot of expectations when it comes to men that are just so outrageous that we forget that these people are humans. Okay, we need to take it easy on them. There's just a lot of pressure for the males in the building, in this country, in the world in general. I feel like they are conditioned not even to talk to anybody, because they are supposed to be the logical people. They're not supposed to be emotional. They're supposed to be there for their women. Then who will be there for these men? I feel that is a bias and stereotype society needs to work on. And finally, when it comes to, not finally, but I'm going to talk about stereotype how it concerns women. Then I'll go over on how it concerns parents. Okay, so stereotype as it concerns women, this is where everybody just brought it and sat on, but it's actually a very serious topic to talk on. Women are just made for their husband's house. They are trained to live in a man's house. Women are not trained to understand that they need emotional intelligence. They'll be like, I'm a woman, I'm so emotional. You need emotional intelligence. You need to be financially stable. You need financial intelligence on how to manage money. Like, we are made to condition our minds that, okay, I'll go to school, I will graduate, I'll marry a rich man. So if you don't marry a rich man, you'll be feeling like you did not make it, like you're not worth anything in this life. How about you're a rich girl? That's the truth. How about you're a rich girl? You can marry a rich man, but how about you're also rich yourself? We don't think from that angle. Many women marry because they want financial stability, and that's why in our society right now, a lot of things are going wrong, like are going very wrong. I feel like you should look past the weaker vessel. Do you get? I feel like women should start standing up for themselves. And the problem now is that it's not only men that is oppressing women. Women are oppressing their fellow women, and I think women oppressing their fellow women is even worse. There's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of backbiting going on between women themselves. I'm not talking about the men counterparts now, because they're also contributing. They're contributing in the sense that there are certain jobs they feel a woman cannot do better. There are certain places a woman should be paid lesser, and she's occupying the same position with the man, and they feel like, oh, the man has more responsibilities. And we forget that there are a lot of women that are taking the large chunk of duty and responsibilities from their house. There are women that are the breadwinners of their homes, and we've never considered that, because we feel like, oh, the man takes up the responsibility, but that's not the case all the time. Like, please, can we break the bias? Like, can we break this bias generally? Women, we can do better. Let us empower our fellow women, not after saying I will aspire to quagmire, and you are pulling down your fellow woman. For the men, understand that women are more than the beautiful face. Women are more than their figure. Women are more than what you see. They can do more. You just need to get to know these people. There is a danger of a single story. A lot of women have a lot to offer. A lot of women can do better, but we just need to give them a chance. I touched on this topic on my podcast, the Gods and Tales podcast. You need to listen to that episode. It's streaming on Google Podcast, Anchor, anywhere that you can stream podcasts from. you can go and listen to it. I touched more on it and I focused mainly on women. I know that there is a lot of things that are going on in the society, but I feel like women too are contributing to how they are being perceived. A woman will already condition her mind. I cannot do that, I beg, it's too much, I will chase men away. I cannot, no, I just want to get married, or I don't want stress. You're already conditioning your mentality. And sometimes someone will have a conversation with you. In the first few minutes the person will be like, okay, what is this? So please, let us start working on ourselves. Work on how you carry yourself, work on how you perceive others, please. No matter how a person is, don't just conclude that they are this. Even the person is like a mad person, you never know people. Like, don't just judge a book by its cover. Get to understand people on a personal level. Come with an open mind. Don't condemn people because of their seeing them here, or because of the kind of job they do. Come with people with an open mind, and get to understand them and get to know them from the actions that they have displayed on, and not on what you think or what you imagine they would be. Okay, so stereotype as it concerns African parents. Okay, I feel like there's this stereotype about African parents, that African parents are very harsh and that they don't listen to their children, and they beat you at the slightest mistake. I know that a good number of African parents are like that, but there are few exceptions. I've seen very understanding African parents. I've seen very wonderful African parents, and we need to understand that our parents did not know any better. There are a lot of education here. There are a lot of education on the internet. There are a lot of education on YouTube, like on various platforms that we are exposed to, even on how to parent better, that they are not exposed to. So they gave us the best training they could with the amount of education they got. Okay, so please, let's stop being hard on them. Let's stop judging them. Even though they were toxic parents to you, let's learn to forgive them and understand that they did, if they had known better, they would have done better. There are extreme cases and exceptions to this. Yes, your parents are just unnecessarily toxic, that's an exception, but there are cases where they genuinely are doing whatever they are doing out of a place of love. So we should be more considerate to our parents. We should try to understand that they do not have the amount of education we have now. They do not have the amount of exposure we have now. And also, I would like to tell you that I also like to point out that you shouldn't believe everything on the internet, especially on social media. There are a lot of things going on. If you want to be schooled by social media, you will lose it. So just be careful. Let every information that comes to you via social media pass through a filter where the chaffs can live and the solid information you can work with goes through the sieve. So don't let everything that comes to social media get into your heart, or filter it into your heart and make you do crazy things. This life is not white and black. This life is a gray kind of something, and everybody's story is not supposed to be a certain way. Life is not supposed to be white and black. Everybody's life is different, everything. So don't let social media condition you that if your life is not going a certain way, that means you're a failure. Please, let's break that bias. Let's break the bias. Your life shouldn't go a certain way for you to be successful. I feel like there's a pressure, especially for those that are in their early 20s. Everybody wants to make it. Everybody wants to have a car. Everybody wants to be married, yummy mommy, all these things. I am not saying that they are not good, but please, because of you're not in that stage of your life doesn't mean that you are a failure. So please, let's break the bias. Success is whatever you define it to be, and truthfully, success is not all about money. Money is very important. Me, I like money, but success is not majorly about money. Happiness is not just only about money. Do you get? There is a lot of factors that contribute to a happy life, a happy marriage, a happy relationship. So I don't know, I don't want this video to be too long, but I just feel like I have passed a few of the messages that I wanted to pass, although maybe not everything, or maybe I may not have said it how it was on my mind, or how it is rather on my mind. But I hope this message gets to make someone learn, unlearn, and relearn some ideologies and a lot of things, that a lot of stereotypes that the person may have been carrying over the years. So just stay tuned, there are a lot of things coming your way. Just stay tuned. I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified anytime I post. I love you and thank you for being here. See you in my next video. Bye.